Follow that introduction. It was such a wonderful introduction, and I admire Joe so much. You know, Ed Mangano has turned around Nassau County, and that's why I'm here, because I really admire that, because I felt I did, you know, some of the same thing in New York City, and to see somebody do it is something that I really understand how hard it is, and understand how it has to be continued. But you don't get a chance to do these things unless you have political leaders like Joe Mondello, who make it possible, you know, to win. Where are you? This is probably one of the great political leaders in our country, who's been able to do it for a very, very long time, against sometimes tremendous odds. Sometimes the odds are in your favor, sometimes the odds are against you. But he has run just a tremendous political organization that has delivered very, very good government to the people of Nassau County, because it's about both things. And you look at what Ed has accomplished in a short period of time, it's really remarkable. He took over a sinking ship, right? He took over a disaster, tremendous debt, tremendous taxes, lousy economy. And in a couple of short years, 3 years basically, really, that's all it's been, three and a half years, he's turned that all around. He's moved it every single thing in the right direction. Crime is down 10%. The debt is down. Most importantly, taxes are down. So he was able to turn it around without taking more money out of the pockets of people. In fact, he's left more money in their pockets. So the economy's been able to do better. Tax revenues have gone up, but they've gone up not by raising taxes, but because people are doing better. That is what you're supposed to try to do. That's what you're supposed to try to accomplish. And what he inherited was exactly the opposite of that. He inherited a county that had F for preparedness. F. I don't think you get worse than F, do you? No. That means you stink. F means you stink. And you're in a dangerous situation. We're talking about storm preparedness. If you have an F, your citizens are in danger. He's turned it around to one of the highest ratings in the country. Just in a couple of years. I mean, these are tremendous achievements in a very, very short period of time. They can't happen with all of you, you know, without your support, without the chairman's support, and then all of you that really make what the chairman do work and make what he does work. So we thank you very, very, very much for your support. If you've contributed the maximum, thank you. If you haven't, you should be ashamed of yourself. Well, you should be. So I was talking to the chairman before, and you know, I remember when I got elected mayor of New York City, I knew I got elected really for one reason. I got elected to reduce crime, because crime was so bad, it was in such a disaster. I describe it as, my campaign slogan was, you can't do any worse. Give me a chance. Had I failed at that, I never would have been reelected. I could have done 10 other things, but had I failed at, because when you get elected for a very specific reason, there's a bond between you and the people that elected you. Sometimes you get elected, nobody knows why. But when you get elected for a reason, there's a bond between you and the people, and you better keep your word, and you better accomplish what you said you were going to do. Well, the same thing is true with Ed. Ed got elected because people in this county were fed up with the high taxes. They were fed up with the government taking a lot of money out of their pockets and not delivering anything for them. And he's turned that around. He's kept his promise. He's fulfilled the reason why he was elected, which is the reason why you're re-elected. Because if he can accomplish this in 3.5 years, imagine what he can do now that he's got things going in the right direction, to institutionalize that and preserve that for the next 10 or 20 years. So he deserves your support. He deserves my support. And please contribute the maximum, because this is a question of, sure, he's ahead, but man, I told the chairman this also. I never like being behind around this time in an election. I never like being tied, because you never knew which way it would go. And I never like being ahead, because people would take it for granted. I just never liked it until the election was over. And the reality is, give him the resources so we don't make a mistake. He's been doing the right thing. The county's going in the right direction. gosh, he can accomplish so much more in the next 4 years. Just make sure he's got the resources so we get over the next 10, 11 days, and this turns into the right kind of victory for a really great guy.